Hello, my friends. It is Monday again. You are hanging out here with Cannon Planning. I am streaming both on my business page on Facebook and over on YouTube. So come and hang out with me there. All last month, we talked about some basic planning using our detail or our declutter your mind insert, doing a brain dump, using a Pomodoro technique, learning how to do a time inventory, all of those fantastic things that we love in basic planning. So I wanted to talk today about doing some goals and habit tracking. And the reason why we're doing this is one, this month we're going to be talking about goals and habits, or at least habit tracking throughout the course of the month with our Spooktacular Habits month. I did this last year. It was a big hit. So I'm going to continue that thought process through this year and hang out with you guys again, talking about habits and building those, especially going into the last 3 months of the year when you are thinking about things that you want to do now, and those things will affect you in 30, 60, and 90 days out. Now, what I normally do for my Monday activities or Monday videos is talk to you guys about different planning strategies. Today, I'm actually bringing you a planning layout, and we're going to set up my October habit tracker right in the insert itself. So I'm going to show you September's and how that kind of looks. In my membership group, every week we talk about accountability, and in that accountability we go through this particular process every single week, and in doing that we do a review. One thing that I have learned by not only failing at it miserably, but also by teaching others the concept of habit tracking is that the part that always gets missed is the review part. And that's the part that's super important. That's the part where you do a weekly check-in each month. And I'm going to show you how I set mine up. You guys are just seeing the finished version of it. How you are going to see that come to fruition each week. This allows you to be able to keep up on your goals. You're checking in on them every single week and you're going, hey, I'm behind in this one. Maybe I should kick it up a notch, or let's review and see what happened during this week and why I didn't accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish. And so we want to make it very clear for us to be able to see how we can move forward with our goals. So we're going to dive right in and actually do the setup process. And while I'm setting it up, I'm going to talk to you about each of the things that I do while I'm setting up and why I do them that way. All right. So for starters, I would like to cover up this stuff because I like to add something fun and festive to look at. Also use colored pens and markers in order for me to track. And that's because for me, if it looks nice, I will probably be more likely to plan in it, which is kind of important, right? Is the planning part. So I am using the Art of Planning and Journaling to decorate this planner this time. So I have a bunch of stickers, I have stencil, I have some washi tape actually from last year's animal cop kit that I wanted to use because it was just too darn cute not to, and I have it available, so I'm going to use it. But I'm going to go ahead and cover up all of those places with some washi tape just because that's how I roll, friends. And again, I'm more likely to plan in it if it looks nice than if I kind of just let it go and do its thing. And if you are a black and white planner, that is okay. You can be a black and white planner. I do not mind at all. And you are not alone in being a black and white planner, I will tell you. So I'm going to go ahead and just cover these pieces up, and then we are going to move into putting the title at the top, which I already went ahead and outlined in pencil so that it'd be quicker and easier for me to get to and just trace out and then color in. So what we're going to be talking about this month in Spooktacular Habits is I'm going to be talking about the importance of building habits or routines, however you choose to look at it, in your business specifically, because it's so important to kind of build that foundation of things that you do on a regular basis. So if you do content planning, then you want to make sure that you have a habit or a routine for content planning. Like normally I do mine on a Tuesday. If you, oh, hi, Carol. I just saw that comment pop up. If you check your back office at a certain time of day, if you do follow-ups in a certain manner, these are all things that you can do to check in or to follow or to create yourself a habit that you can follow. Some of the things that I like to put on my habit tracker are the things that I do on a weekly basis. So it includes my content planning. It includes on the mini channels that I'm on. It includes doing my newsletters, blog posts, emails, I already said newsletters, and YouTube videos. So I like to track those things because I like to hit a certain number that I complete on a regular basis. And so I want to make sure that I am getting close to those numbers while I am working on my goals throughout the month. The other thing that you can put on your habit tracker are your 12-week goals. If you have something specific that you can measure, then adding those 12-week goals onto your list will also be helpful for you to be able to track. Now, we have a running inside joke, but it's not very inside because I always tell it, joke over in my membership group, and that is that we love dots. Dots help us to be motivated, to get things done, and to be successful. So we always like to giggle about them because we like to celebrate having dots. It's just the biggest thing. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer a lot of this information over because I have the same running goals that I work here. And then I have a 12-week goal that I'm working on as well. So we're going to do content plan, and I always like to have that at 95%. That's my goal, to post 95% of the time. Newsletters, I do 3 a week. Now they're not all 3 to customers. I have 1 to team, 1 to my membership group, and then 1 to my customers. I like to do 4 YouTube videos a month and at least 4 blog posts. And then I have a running goal for my sales. Then I have my 12-week goals that I put here. I do not have the number handy for my 12-week goals, so I'm going to leave that part blank. But then down here on the bottom, and this is the part that a lot of people miss, is this section here says weekly habits to track. I choose not to do it on a weekly basis, but rather use it as an opportunity for me to do my reflection on a weekly basis. So I like to write those same goals that I have here down here again, and then I check by percentages. So we've got newsletter, blog posts, and I know it seems redundant, but putting the levels numbers that I want to reach up here and then tracking them every single week allows me to know if I am on track to hit my goals. Videos, sales, and then Pinterest. I want to add that on here. So Pinterest this month, I want to do 10 blog posts and 5 videos. And then I'm going to put 12-week goals here because I'm not quite sure what the number is yet that I'm tracking. So I just want a way to track that. So you can see here, we went through like this. We went and did this morning with our accountability and the membership group, I check, okay, this is week 4. How did I do in week 4? I was 100% on all my content on all of my channels. I did 4 newsletters last week. I wrote 1 blog post. I had 4 YouTube videos that went up last week. I'm at 84% of my sales, and I did 6 videos and 2 blog posts to Pinterest, which was one of my 12-week goals. I did not have Vendor Vault training this last week because my last Vendor Vault was over. So this information is what I am tracking here because I have them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. So I like to verify. And then what happens is next week, because today is the last day of the month, next week when I do my accountability, I'll go through week 5 and we'll add up all the totals and see how I did for the full month. So that's something that I do on a regular basis. Now I'm going to kind of flip back and forth because what I put over here is now the things that I need to track daily. So this is Canon Planning. This is my VIP group. Harmony Heroes is my team group. I have my business page, which you guys are watching here. I do posts for the Craft Hub, which is a crafty version of me. And then I have the plan in place. This is my membership group. And then I have Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, newsletters, YouTube videos, and blog posts. Okay, so those are the things that I track on a regular basis. I'm going to go ahead and draw in my weeks, and I like them to end, I believe I do it between Sunday and Monday. So between 6 and 7. So we're going to draw this line here. This is week 1. And then between 13 and 14. This is week 2. And between 20 and 21. This is week 3. We have between 27 and 28. This is going to be week 4. And then the last thing I have on here is week 5. All right. So what I'll do is, as I am doing my content planning, I will check off the days as I have them. The content is completed. It is, or the graphic made, the copy's made, and the post has been scheduled or it's been posted. So that's how I determine whether or not it's been done. What I also like to do is I don't post on certain days. So for example, I don't post in the plan in place on Saturdays, and I don't do weekends for TikTok and Instagram, and I don't do Friday, Saturday, or Sunday for Pinterest. So I like to mark all of those days off because I know that that is days that are not going to count against me if I don't do content on those particular days. And those are just boundaries that I set as part of the routine that I have, that I don't do those kinds of things on those days. Okay, so that kind of helps me keep track of that. Then what I will do is I have my weekly setup, or my, monthly content plan set up. And let me pull it out here so that I can look at it. And then what happens is I will take these colors, and that's what I will use to determine what to color in for each of those things. So that's kind of the content plan kind of ties into my habit tracking. All right. So the importance of doing this on a monthly basis is to, 1, set goals, because if you don't set goals, how do you know what to track? 2, doing your weekly reflection. Super, super important to take time to do a weekly reflection. Oh, I love it when I do count because then it sends balloons. Have fun. So we are going to take time to, oh my goodness. We're going to take time to do our weekly reflection so that we know where we are in regards to our goals. And number 3, we're going to check on our what's the word I'm looking for? On our consistency based on our daily habits or routines that we've set in place by checking in on them daily. Okay. So that is the 3 parts of a goals and habits tracker. I would spend time continuing and doing the decorating part, but what I really think is important is for you guys to see how to set up a goals and habits tracker. If this is something that you are interested in grabbing, make sure that you check the comments or the caption above. There should be a link to the goals and habits tracker for you to be able to grab and get started. It's never too late to get started with the goals and habits tracker. What I love about them is they are undated. So you can start in October, you can start in November, December, you can start in January, whatever you want to do to get started with your goals. Don't feel like it just because it's the middle of the month, it's not the right time for you to try and start setting goals and working on building habits. Now is the time for you to be able to do that. Go ahead and grab your goals and habits tracker, and I will see you right back here. Next week, we're going to be talking more about different goals, habits, and routines. But friends, in the meantime, if you are in the market to build goals, develop habits, or manage tasks using a paper planner, follow me for more. Hit subscribe over on YouTube, and we will see you guys all next week.